Hi, welcome to episode 9 of Jessica Jones Season 2, Let's Watch. So this episode is, no Malcolm in this episode, that's one thing.
Yeah.
He was never seen. So we still, the only thing we know is, he did call Jessica apparently, but just said that he was looking for his father, to go with his parents. That's all we know about him. So he was out the whole episode. So I was right. Price was the guy that shot them in the room, and immediately afterwards, Alyssa and Jessica go up the stairwell, catch Price, and knock him out with the drug, and then they keep him knocked out for
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days. Trish stops by. And asks Jessica about the IGH stuff, and she shuts her down. And Jessica's like, I want to move on, and notices that Trish is strung out, so she tries to get her to call her sponsor, but Trish just walks out and leaves, and then goes to Hogarth's place, Jeri's, and says to Inez that she'll put her on the air, and draw them out, and Jeri shuts her down, says just shut it down and move on, and she can't because she's strung out now and needs to do something. So she goes on to Trish Talk, and as she's interviewing some gluten-free cookbook lady, gets super pissed off and just lambasts everything and does the super, war is terrible and everything, and I quit. She quits, and then later gets a call from the cable news network CCN, and says, hey, you've got spunk, let's get you a test screening and try and get you on. And then, lo and behold, her inhaler runs out, so she doesn't have that anymore. Meanwhile, with Jessica, the superintendent, Oscar, shows up and is like, my son's missing, and it seems his ex-wife took him and is trying to leave the country. So Jessica and her mother go with Oscar to find her and eventually stop her from getting on a bus to Montreal, physically by stopping the bus with both of them. So Oscar at least knows she's also a powered person. But Oscar, thinks at least she helped out get his son back, so he'd help her. Then Price wakes up, and Jessica talks to him and is like, I'll let it go with you, but I'm not going to let it go with her. And Jessica decides, yeah, I'm going to call the cops. And she calls the cops on her mother. Her mother freaks out and tries to kill Price, but Price runs away. And eventually all the cops come out to the door, and she stands down and gets arrested. And that's the end of the episode. But before that, also, Jeri talked to the Healing Hands guy, and got him out of prison, and schedules a healing session. And
it doesn't seem like it worked.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what happened. There's no audio from Jeri, but again, it goes just the session happens, the guy passes out, but right before the session we were told that it doesn't always work, so the guy passes out, and then we just see her start crying. And Inez asks, do you feel anything? And again, she's just crying and then calms down. We don't know. I hope I hope Jeri is healed. I really hope so, because like I said, I've said again and again, I like her. I want more of her. And she's one of the few things keeping any interest in Iron Fist when that'll come back. Her mom, there's a lot of interaction with the Jessica and the mom and her mom, Alyssa.
That very much continued from the previous episode, built upon it really nicely.
But it also, is more Jessica a lot more now, understanding her, but still not being able to get past the murder. I mean, it's not something you should get past, but she starts saying I forgive, she forgives you for abandoning me and staying away from me after she saw me the one time, because yeah, I get it, you weren't safe, so you had to keep me safe. I get that. I don't blame you for that. And then we also find out that Jessica blamed herself for the car accident.
Well, we knew that the entire time that she did, but her mother didn't.
Yeah, but like that's also why like Jessica never drives because of the accident, and the mother is like, no, don't blame yourself, because again, like in the previous episode, we saw like they apparently like the mother's like, we did not have a good relationship, your family, we were about to get divorced and stuff like that, so tries to take some load off, and essentially she's trying really hard to be a good mom, but
she still has anger management.
Just the anger and stuff. Jessica can't move past that for her, so that's why she calls the cops. It's good because this episode was good, and I like that it really it brings Jessica down and shows that she. She was already damaged, like, obviously throughout the whole series, the first series and this season, this one, we know that, but this one actually shows her moving a little past that, or at least trying to. And Jeri wasn't there much, but also, that's iterated a lot, like, same thing that Jess says that she's trying to move on, Jeri says you should move on, and Trish, because of the drug, seems to be the only one that's focusing on the past.
Yeah.
So, but now with that finished, now that she's been arrested, it kind of seems like, I don't know if it'll actually be finished with that plot line, but if it is, then really the only lingering plot lines left are Jeri, Malcolm, and Trish, because the main murder mystery from the beginning is done because she's arrested now. It's only if she breaks out that this becomes an issue again.
Yeah, and there's still 4 episodes left?
There's 4 episodes left. I think it's going to be down to... I'm pretty sure the next episode is going to be Trish, like, freaking out, and then, like, going on back to Jeri's place and Inez to try and find more information on AGH to get the drug. And that'll probably be the next episode. It'll be interesting to see her breakdown, like, spiraling the drain.
Further, you mean?
Yeah, because right now she's just aggressive. We had a little bit of it in the episode before she pointed to Malcolm, where we saw she was like getting super, like, just that. But it's gonna be much worse now because there's nothing. As far as now, there's no drug, so that's gonna be there. So that's interesting, and I really, I'm still liking this season very much. So yeah, I'm excited. What about you?
I'm hoping they keep something going with the Jessica and the mother plotline, because I'm not really liking the plotline with Trish and the drugs as much, because it feels too simple almost.
Well, I guess technically they can, because the doctor is still out there, and he could possibly come back for her. I don't think that'll be the case, but it is a possibility. It also could be a possibility that she just freaks out and breaks out. But I feel like it might be a thing where she'll try to stay in prison, and Jess might visit her, and that might be the tone that it goes on with, and how it follows. Like they'll just have that kind of relationship in the future.
But then again, she's going to the powered prison, which they said specifically has no visitors.
Yeah, I don't know. But we'll see.
Yeah.
So
still got 4 more episodes.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys after episode 10.